Hey everybody, my name is Marshall Livingston and I'm with Hack the Box, and today we are going over dedicated labs, also known as Dedi Labs. Firstly, Dedi Labs takes an exploratory approach to interactive learning through a gamified approach to cybersecurity training. This helps provide users and administrators the visual progress of their achievements as they progress through the diversified content. When going through Dedi Labs, the user will be engaging with the training from a black box perspective by default, enhancing their skills in an exploratory fashion. Administrators do get access to the write-ups, and they can enable this for users at any point to make it less of a black box approach and more of a guided learning environment. The users can build off of their foundational knowledge and apply it hands-on through attacking and analyzing hundreds of unique vulnerable machines and challenges. These challenges and machines provide a range of different industry prevalent vulnerabilities, also ranging in difficulty. These challenge users in a variety of categories, such as web app security, Active Directory attacks, digital forensics, tons of CVEs, and much more. Reporting for Dedi Labs is constantly evolving and currently provide administrators insight into their employees' skill base through technical analysis and identifying skill progression. This is incredibly handy as administrators can build out custom labs that are tailored towards the training needs of the group. These environments can quickly be modified and updated to keep up with the current market threat landscape or built to focus on individual training needs. Let's show an example of this. First, we're going to curate an environment for our team based on their training needs. Looks like that's already done through our CVE training here. Second, we will set up the setting to fit the training style. In this one, we will go ahead and enable write-ups for guided training mode. Lastly, we'll spin up a machine and begin our training. Let's go ahead and start. We have our list of machines that our administrator has curated for us, so let's get to work. First, let's connect to the lab. If you aren't sure how to do this, be sure to check out my previous video that covers how to do this, along with other typical features that a user should know. Now that we are connected, let's pick a machine. Today, let's explore ApacheCGI CVE. To enable this, all we must do is hit spawn and wait for an IP. Now this could take a couple minutes, so let's go grab some electrolytes and some coffee. Be right back. Alright, now that our machine is all up and ready to go, let's take this IP and begin. Notice we do have the write-up here just in case we want to use it. However, since we have some time, let's skip the write-up and jump straight into some hands-on testing. First, we should start off with some reconnaissance, and I'll do this with a simple ping scan to ensure our target is live. Looks like it is. Next, let's move into an Nmap scan. If you'd like to get more familiar with Nmap, be sure to check out our Academy module that takes users through how to use Nmap from a guided learning perspective. It's probably one of my favorite modules, actually. You'll find the link in the description and also floating around on the screen somewhere. We can see that we have two ports open. One is 22 running OpenSSH and the other is 80 running Apache. We know why we are here. It's to learn about ApacheCGI vulnerability. So let's start Googling around and use that version number to see what we can find. After some exploration, we find CVE-2021-41773. We could have scanned this with a vulnerability scanner tool like Nessus as well. This vulnerability focuses on a flaw that was found in a change made to path normalization in Apache HTTP Server 2.4.49. An attacker could use path traversal attack to map URLs to files outside the directories configured by alias-like directives. If files outside of these directories are not protected by the usual default configuration, which be like required all denied, these requests can actually succeed. Additionally, if CGI scripts are also enabled for those alias paths, this could also allow for remote code execution. This issue is known to be exploited in the wild. This issue also only affects Apache 2.4.49 and not earlier versions. The fix that was pushed out for Apache HTTP Server 2.4.50 was found to be incomplete. It's good to know. That's a ton of information. So a quick recap, this vulnerability is 2.4.49 base, but 2.4.50 is also vulnerable. That's good to know. This has been found and exploited in the wild and doesn't impact earlier versions. Finally, an attacker can attack this in two ways based on the configuration. Path traversal seems to be the most common, but if CGI scripts are enabled, we could get RCE. Cool, let's try both. Let's review this bash script in ExploitDB. Here we can see an if statement that checks if the first two arguments are empty, and if they are, it prints instructions on how we should execute this script. Now, if you want to learn how to read and write bash, check out the Hack the Box Academy module. It should be floating around the screen somewhere. Also, check the description for the link. It's going to be Introduction to Bash Scripting. Next, we can see it runs a loop checking each target in the file. Being the first argument you'd pass to the script, and for every host it finds, it tries to run the curl command below. Now, we don't have multiple targets, so let's just take the curl command and use that for our single IP. We will just change it up a bit. If you're not familiar with how curl works, be sure to check out the web request module in Hack the Box Academy, specifically the section that goes over curl. Again, check the description. Let's break down the curl command. The -s is silent or quiet mode, so it doesn't output a bunch of progress meters or error messages. Next, the --path as is tells curl to not handle the .. or the /./ in the given URL path. Normally, curl will squash or merge them. We don't want to do that this time due to us trying to actually get path traversal here. The -d is the data flag. Imagine this as being the same thing as when you would fill out a website form and press the submit button. This posts data. The $1, $2, and $3 signs are the actual bash script arguments, target list, path, and command, respectively. The $host sign will actually be our target IP. And now that we know what each flag does, we can easily recreate this to fit our situation. We will run curl -s, -path, -as, -is, -d, and we're going to open up quotation marks here, echo content -type : text /plain, p, echo, and then here we actually want to replace this with ID, or the command that we're trying to execute. So let's just go ahead and throw ID in here. The next, we're going to want the actual target IP. So we'll go ahead and add 10.129.228.19 /CGI -bin. That's actually going to be the path that we need to go to. Now, the rest is URL encoding, along with finally the path that we're trying to get to. Now, if you don't know about URL encoding, check out the introduction to web applications on Hack the Box Academy, specifically the HTML section. Let's go ahead and give this a run, see if it works. Awesome. We actually got code execution. Now that we have code execution, we really could start to dive deeper into machine and start performing a number of additional attacks, including popping a shell in the server and potentially even escalating to root. This is a Linux machine, so if you'd like to learn how to do Linux privesks, check out the Hack the Box Academy module called Linux Privilege Escalation in the description. And that is it for this video. I hope you learned a lot along the way. Popping a shell, getting to root, and identifying how to go about risk mitigation techniques, I'll leave that to you. Happy hacking.